Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Brad Mower, and
this
is
is
IFXtra.
So we hope you've had a good week so far. It's all dark and cold here. It's getting frosty in the mornings, isn't it? You have your ice on the car and things like that.
Yeah, it's not good.
But we're starting to put our Christmas lights up bit by bit, make things a little bit brighter.
Yes. Yes, that's... Well, a lot of people have started doing early Christmas lights here, and it kind of makes things look nice. We need shiny things.
Exactly. We're still in lockdown up till next week, so, people are thinking, well, if we're going to be at home, we're going to make it look pretty. Make the street look pretty.
Yeah, it's good.
It's cool. Okay, so what have you been working on this week?
Bits of the interference app, and then I've also been doing some bits for your secret project, which, well, I say secret project, it's not overly secret, wearing a shirt. I mean, you were doing this picture game thing, and Ferret was doing the Twitter, so you had like a little secret project each. What we're hoping to do is, whilst I'm still working on the interference app, getting that done, but in preparation of that actually getting finished, we're starting to spin up one of our other things, which is Rogue Drones again.
Cool game.
That we had to kind of pause that while I lost too much time having to do paid work, so we couldn't do that alongside the other stuff, so we had to pause it. But we're hoping to maybe start coming out of that and get it going again. Yeah.
I mean, there's a prototype that you can try if you want to have a go, isn't there?
Yeah, I know, obviously you're all here for interference, but, cross promotion and things. I mean, why not check out roguedronesgame.com and see...
a little play.
Exactly, yeah. See some of the other things that we get up to. So you were doing like a pitch for that earlier this week. Ferret's relaunched the Twitter, Rogue Drones on Twitter.
A few things going on there.
Entertaining things happening over there.
Yeah.
Crazy shenanigans. Hopefully in the new year we're going to be kind of doing a bit more stuff with that. The plan is for me to get a bit more time for working on our own stuff, and so I'm going to be allowed to do two things at once, which will be sort of interference and Rogue Drones.
Not forgetting loose files at some point.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a quick update, to update that as well. We're going to sort of overhaul a few of our things. It should be good.
It'll be awesome.
Hopefully that will bring in more funding, so that then we can be doing even less sort of paid outside work and be focusing more on our stuff. All of these things that you do to support us, we do really appreciate. Like when people have been buying Interference and Zeitgeist merchandise, that helps us a bit. That goes towards the server bills. And Patreon
when we have new patrons, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
We have a Patreon over at patreon.com/interference. Cool. And we have a new patron
this week.
Dakesk, who was an interference player a little while ago, had a short break, came back a week or two ago, after getting a new phone, I think. And so they're back. Very nice to see them. And they've also...
Thank you for joining Patreon.
Supporting us on Patreon. We really appreciate that. And again, I was to say, this all sort of goes towards paying for the running costs of interference and the development work that we do on it. We really appreciate your support. It is very kind of you. Thank you very much.
You do. Talking about interference, let's go and see who won this week's awards. This week's picture of the week goes to Error404 for A Dove Sleeps in the Sand. I just love that picture of the little bird with his head under his wing fast asleep. That's brilliant. Well done, Error404.
My favourite description this week was "Girls Go to the Beach, Get Trapped in Spaghetti" by Rainbow the Dragon Cat. I thought it was a very funny interpretation of the picture, highlighting one of the dangers we all face when going to the beach. Nice work, Rainbow the Dragon Cat.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Otomo Rentaro for Grim Reaper, the man holding an hourglass. That is such a dark, atmospheric picture. I don't know how you do it, Otto. That is brilliant. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there, as always.
Now we're going to take a look at what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I was asking, what was your first ever paid job? So for me, it was, well, actually, I used to volunteer as a library worker until I actually got a proper job. My first proper job was in a library. So,
Very, very you. My first job was on a checkout in a supermarket.
Ah, cool. Lots of people do that.
Yeah.
And we've had quite a few replies. Grandma Gail said, besides babysitting, I was a gardener at my church. I would ride my bike there twice a week to pull out weeds and water the lawns and flower beds. I remember feeling so grown up, trustworthy and responsible. Thanks for pulling up a wonderful memory. Oh, that's nice.
Josie said, my first job was working in a bingo hall.
Wow.
My mum played bingo there. Told me to ask the manager for a job. I sold paper playing cards. People would dab the... because I like this one. I sold paper playing cards people would dab. Because you get these sort of
big dabbers, don't you?
things that you sort of...
Work out your numbers with,
The bingo hall was very busy. You had to add up the cost of the cards really quick in your head. I like this because the first time I read it, I thought she was saying, I sold paper playing cards. People would dab, and it was like a bingo hall full of like these bingo players dabbing, and it made me laugh.
Yeah. 9% was interested. His first real paying job was sheep shearing. I mean, what a job to start with. That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, he used to be an assistant, and he would set up the tools and get the sheep ready, and then he would put all the wool into large sacks, and he ended up with his trousers, I presume, not his pants, were always soaked with lanolin.
Yes, I was going to say, the story says my pants were always soaked with lanolin. UK people, we're pretty sure that actually means trousers. And there's quite a lot of things in this thread, so we've just done a few highlights here. But there have been a few from Amvol that went down very well. The first one of which was saying, my first job was helping to make a coffin as an apprentice joiner. Cool. I'd left school aged 15 on a Friday, and on the following Monday in July was working at a small joiners and undertakers business.
That's pretty cool. It's when you could just like walk into any job you fancy, doesn't it?
But there are some very interesting stories in that thread. If you'd like to check those out, it's called First Job over in General Discussion.
You can add yours as well. Okay, now we're going to see what we're asking this week. What's your favourite smell? It can be anything, perfumes, flowers, baking or natural smells. I love the candles you get around this time of year that smell of Christmas, cloves, vanilla and fir trees. How about you?
If you'd like to chime in with that, just head over to the General Discussion Forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list. Cool.
Now don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. Time for Zeitgeist, a quiz with 5 rounds and 5 different topics.
So, if you haven't seen this before, every Sunday over on twitch.tv/interference at 7 p.m. UK time, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. It's a live interactive quiz stream where you can play along against the rest of the audience. As Bunnery says, there's 5 rounds, 5 questions each, and each round is based on one of the week's drawings from Interference. So we don't know what the topics are going to be or the questions or anything. Even I don't know. I just show up and see what happens. Bunnery's written all of this, but you're going to share with us the featured artist this week, are you?
Yeah, this week I'm featuring drawings by Amvol, That One Book Nerd, Jedwar, Lilith Lovely, and Him Nodi. So some interesting topics this week.
That One Book Nerd sounds quite on brand for you.
Yeah, he sounds cool.
I like
or she sounds cool.
So the way that it works is you play along against the rest of the audience. You can answer using your phone, and we tot up everyone's scores and see who did the best. And so last week, that was Darth finishing it in first place on 187. The whole card, one of our newbies last week, finished on 162 points in second place. And then Ginger J and Grinning Goose finished in third on 151.
It's nice to see a newbie getting straight in at the second there.
Nice, yeah.
And on Thursday, as Zeitgeist 20, which is 20 questions on the same topic, we had Africa. And guess who won that? Amber Hopkins turns out to be an expert on Africa. She won with 182. And just behind that, Darth with 180 was second. And Green Goose was third on 141. That was quite a hard quiz. I think nobody got perfect round there.
No, but Amber just kind of stormed in there. Yeah, some good skills.
Actually, very good. So next week, our Zeitgeist 20 topic is going to be firsts. That could be anything that happened to be a first.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of different topics there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that'll be okay. Well, we'll have to see what happens there. If you'd like to join us for that, then that will also be twitch.tv/interference, 7 p.m. UK time on Thursday. It'll be very awesome to see you there.
Okay, that's all the news for now, so just go to say.
Yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, building the new app, running the quiz, paying server bills, looking after cats, and all of these other things. We really appreciate your support, like Dakesk, our new patron this week. Yeah. Thank you very much. If you do become a patron, you get supporter status in Interference, so you get access to replays and the fancier invite feature. Also, if you're a quiz player, you can get your own custom entrance shout out from Ava.
They're pretty cool, aren't they? Okay, that's it for now, so we'll see you again next Saturday.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.